Happy Friday, Club 16. My name's JT from the downtown location. It's a bloody ripper of a day. It's gorgeous out, so grab your mat, let's go outside, find some sun, and let's get our practice on. Okay, so today's practice we're going to start with Sun Salutation B. So take a step to the front of your mat, loop our shoulders back. Let's start at our feet. Take a second just to find your breath. We're going to relax the shoulders back, bend the knees there slightly. We're going to engage through the four corners of our feet, the big toe, the little toes, the inside and the outside of the heels. We're going to tuck that pelvis forward and then really tuck in that navel into your ribs. Chest is open as we gaze just below eye level. Take a second to notice your breath. Inhale through your nose. Breathing deep and a big long exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. When you're ready, you're going to inhale, come up nice and tall. Stretch the fingertips, really open those shoulders. So we gaze up tall. Now we're going to take this nice and slow for the first round. As we exhale, we're going to come, we're going to come down into that chair pose. So we're going to engage those thigh muscles, try to activate them, pushing them together. You can set your gaze straight ahead. With an exhale, we're going to fold down into that forward fold. Really open up through that lower back. Beautiful. Inhale, we come up to that half fold, keeping your gaze at the floor. Keep our back nice and straight, the hamstring straight, feeling that stretch. Exhale, down to that forward fold. Beautiful. Let's bend the knees there. We're going to take our palms. Now you can jump back or step back. So we'll start with a step back. Take a step back. Now we can come down onto our knees into the cobra position, or we can come from onto our toes, chaturanga, into our upwards dog. So with an exhale, we're going to come down, untuck the toes, inhale into that upwards dog as we gaze nice and tall. Exhale, push it back. We take that chest right to our thighs. Take a second to notice if your hands are the same width as your legs. Beautiful. Just had bird poo fall on me. So we're going to return back to that plank position. From here, we're going to come into a warrior. So it's taking a step forward. We're going to pivot that back foot so it's nice and flat, connected to the ground. Inhale, come up to the sky. Beautiful. Really strengthen out through those fingertips. Exhale, we pivot that forward, pivot that foot back. We're going to take it back into that plank. From here, we come for exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale, upwards dog. Beautiful, push it back, exhale. Beautiful, return to that plank. Now we're going to come forward with that left leg. So bring that left leg to the front, pivot that back leg out. Inhale, coming up tall. Take notice that your foot is nice and flat to the ground back there. Really open up through those fingertips. Exhale, drop it down. One more time, come down for that chaturanga. Exhale, inhale, upwards dog. Open that chest. Beautiful. Exhale as we push it back. Woo. Big stretch there. Beautiful. From here, we can bend our knees and we can take a little hop forward, or we can just step forward. So bend your knees, taking a step to the front of the mat. We exhale into that forward fold. Inhale, come up into a chair. Engaging those thigh muscles. Exhale, big forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, half fold. So we straighten those legs, keep that back nice and straight. One more time, exhale. Beautiful, let's come up nice and tall. Inhale, stretch through the fingertips, really open those shoulders. And exhale as we release back into that prayer position. So for Sun Salutation B, you may do this anywhere from 2 to 5 times. It's a beautiful warm-up. It's very similar to Sun Salutation A. You're going to get your heart rate up, ready for your practice. All right, team, we're going to get low like a lizard in its natural habitat. So we jump down on the floor. It's the lizard pose. So what we're going to do, come onto all fours. I like to find, to start just on my knees. It makes it a little bit easier to get into the transition. So we're going to bring that right leg forward. We want to take note that our knee is stacked on top of our ankles. When we're there, we're going to take that back leg, stretch it out a little bit, bring it further to the back of the mat. and then we're still keeping that knee stacked on. Now we'll start here to begin with, and then what I want you to do is gently just take your hand on the inside, slowly walk that leg out, and then we're going to tilt the toes outwards, so we're facing towards the outer part of the mat there. From here, you can just hold it there in the stretch, or if you're ready, with an exhale, we're going to come up with that back leg and hold into that strong lizard. So we keep it there for about 5 breaths. Try to really straighten that back leg. Set your gaze just at the front of the mat. It's going to open up through those hips. Really feeling your bottom and your glutes. Beautiful. One last breath. Good job. Now from there, we're going to gently just take that leg. We can drop the knee back down. Take that leg forward to the middle there again. With an inhale, we calm down, and then exhale down to the floor. Open up through that hamstring, curling through your back, and release. Beautiful. Now we'll go to the opposite side now. So take that leg back. We're going to bring the opposite left leg forward, come through the middle, set your spot up. I'm going to open up through the legs there. Make sure that knee is on top of your heel there. So with the arm now, we can place the arms flat to the ground when you're ready. Gently walk that hand on the inside and walk the leg out. The toes are pointed to the outer side of the mat. Now we're ready to get into that lizard. Palms are strong. With an exhale, we're going to straighten that back leg. Remember, you don't need to lift up. You can just hold it down the floor if you're not ready yet. Really open up through those hips, lower back. Let's hold it here for 5 breaths. Breathing in through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. And release. Gently lower that knee down as we slowly come back. You're going to set it back as we open up through those hamstrings. Bring that leg a little bit forward. Inhale and exhale as we stretch down low through those hamstrings. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take that leg back. Let's push it into a downwards dog just to finish off the stretch. Inhale and exhale. Pushing those chests towards your knees. And release. Beautiful. Okay, team. We're going to soar high like an eagle in this next pose, the eagle pose. So what we're going to do first of all, let's just take a step there. Just allow a second to set your body into that mountain pose, bringing your palms to the front, tucking in that belly. From here, with an exhale, we're going to raise the hands up. And then we're going to slightly just sink the knees. Imagine you're kind of sitting in like a little chair position, sinking those knees. We're going to come under with the right arm. We want to create this sort of ninja haya kind of shape. This is the easier beginner pose, so you can just hold it there. I'm going to show you as we go along how to make this tougher and more challenging into the full eagle pose. Now with our right leg, we're going to take it off the floor. Feel free just to place it crossed. Now when we start to do this, our hip naturally wants to go this way. So I want you to imagine you have like a thumb here, pulling your hip crest back so your body's nice and square in line. And now if you're even ready, even further, you can sink deeper into that eagle pose. So from here, we're going to take the right arm under, and then we're going to take notice of our shoulders. And our shoulders don't want to be hunched up, so we're going to drop them down as we come down into that eagle pose. Now, our supporting leg, we're activating those 4 corners. Take a time to focus on your breathing as we hold the eagle pose for 5 breaths. Breathing strong. You're a beautiful eagle. You don't want to feel like a pretzel. So just make sure that your hips are facing forward and those shoulders are dropped. And exhale. Let's slowly unravel. Start with the legs. And then from there, we're going to bring the arms back to that center. Now we're going to go to the opposite side. So we start with that left. Now feel free to start in that position there, the ninja style. Or we can come under and really tuck in, working that shoulder flexibility. Now with our left leg, see my shoulders, we want to make sure they're pulled down. With our left leg, we're going to take it over the top and then just take notice of that hip. So we want to make sure that hip is square as we sink down into that soaring eagle. Holding there for 5 breaths and come a little bit deeper. Pulling those shoulders down. Beautiful, that's it, you got this. One last breath. And gently unraveled. Starting with the feet, we're going to come back with those arms. Beautiful, finish with an exhale. And release. Okay team, so we're going to do the revolved side angle. So first thing first, we're going to do come on all fours. We're going to bring our right leg to the front there. Now, make sure that we sit that knee, so it's just sitting on top of that heel there. We've got a little bit of width here, so we're not on a tightrope. We want to have a little bit of width between each leg. So now when we're ready from here, what we're going to do is we're going to come with our palms together, lifting up and in as we place that, that elbow onto your knee there as leverage. Really setting your gaze up nice and high as you look up to the sky. Now feel free to stay in this position, but if you'd like to make it more challenging, we can come all the way up that back leg. Let's take our right hand over the top like a little fist, little ball there, and then with an exhale, we're going to engage that back leg, set our gaze up high. Now it's time to focus on our breathing as we straighten out the back leg. Holding here for 5 breaths. Beautiful. One last one. You can feel that in the legs. And exhale. We slowly lower the legs down. We're going to come back down to that floor. Stretch it out with child pose. And release this. We're going to come to the other side now. Swap over the mat here. Bring that left leg to the front there. Nice little low lunge there. Our knees stacked on top of our heels there. Now we can just place the palms there together. We're going to lift up and in. So you stretch that elbow up high. So come into that low version. This is the easiest starting version. Setting your gaze back up nice and high to the sky. Now if you're ready, we can take that left arm over the top of our right. Create a little fist there. Untuck the toe. And with an exhale, we're going to come up tall, setting that gaze back. Then we can hold it here for about 5 breaths. And exhale, we're going to slowly lower down to the floor. Place that leg back, finish with a nice child pose. We open up through the lower back. And release. Okay, we're going to work our core on the floor now with the boat pose. So I'm going to show you the beginner version of the boat pose. First of all, let's take a check. The most important thing that we want to focus on is our hip and our back. It's nice and straight. So you want to make sure that hip is straight there with your back. Your shoulders are back. You're opening up the chest. Now, our feet, we sit on our heels. Easier version. We can just bring our arms up there. And with an exhale, we can just take one leg off the ground. And then we can continue to swap the side each breath. So that's the easier version there. To make this tougher, we can place the arms back down, keeping that back straight. We can just bring our legs just off the ground there. Now we're going to hold here for about 5 to 10 breaths. To make this even harder, we're going to come up with the legs, keeping those shoulders, trying to lose that roundness at the back. We don't want that to happen. We want to keep that chest nice and tall. And then you can bring your arms by the side there. I'm going to hold it here for 5, 10 breaths. Really pushing that core, working through that transverse abdominis. And one last breath. Beautiful. As we lower legs, we're going to come up with an inhale, stretch up tall. And exhale with that forward fold. And release. Okay, find yourself a nice comfy spot on the floor. We're going to finish with a butterfly, a little bit of meditation to bring it home today. So with our legs, we're going to take one at a time. We're going to tuck the legs in to the center there. Grabbing on to the feet there. We're going to place the toes connected together. Now, feel where you're able to bring your legs back, feel a nice comfortable spot. So if there's too much on your groin area there, you can bring it back out, set it out a little bit further. Let's keep our back nice and straight. The spine is elongated. Now we're going to focus on our breath so we can breathe here. Inhale through the belly. Exhale, nice and long. Now we can add a little bit of movement to open up our hips and our groin. Just like a butterfly, we're going to flap our wings up and down. Continue to focus on that breathing. We might hold the butterfly pose for about 30 to 60 seconds, depending how tight you are. Beautiful, relaxing stretch. Keeping that back straight, belly button engaged. One last breath. Beautiful, we're gonna relax the legs there. Okay, place the palms forward. Take an inhale. And exhale, we're gonna push forward. Really open up through that groin and the lower back. Let's hold it here in the bound stretch for 5 breaths. We slowly come back up to that top. Beautiful. So let's finish off with some meditation today, guys. Beautiful thing to add to the end. Remember, find yourself a nice little spot, quiet spot. Spend 5 to 10 minutes focusing on your breathing. I'm going to start in the cross-seated position. So feel free to lay down your back. You tuck our legs in. Beautiful. The spine is nice and straight there. We can close our eyes. Take a second just to notice your breath. As we breathe in through the nose, you feel that heart float as your breath travels right down to the root, down to the ground. And with an exhale, we slowly rise back up with our breath and then release. You can add your breath a little bit longer than the last. Beautiful, one last breath to finish off today's practice. And release. Good job. There you have it, that's today's practice. Like I said, jump outside, enjoy the sun, find a little quiet spot by yourself where you can practice your yoga. Again, super excited, can't wait to see you guys back at the gym. Have a lovely day, enjoy the sun, namaste.